Life presents us with inexplicable instances that leave lasting impressions. Sometimes you encounter a person and experience an immediate pause within yourself. This sensation doesn't stem from anxiety, but rather from a profound sense of familiarity. It's as though your inner essence has encountered something it has always carried, simply awakened rather than discovered. You hadn't been searching for this individual. Readiness wasn't something you consciously felt, at least not in conventional terms. Yet here, this person stands before you, unmistakably genuine and strangely familiar. There are no theatrical displays or cosmic announcements, merely a profound calm and an inner certainty. The world seems to momentarily settle into perfect harmony. The renowned psychologist Carl Jung proposed that feelings of destined connection aren't merely wishful thinking or predetermined fate. Instead, they represent something much more profound. These experiences reflect the unconscious mechanisms of your mind, finding correspondence with external reality. Throughout this exploration, we'll examine why authentic meant-to-be connections don't require force or manipulation. Instead, they manifest through natural recognition and inner knowing. Society typically conditions us to view existence as a collection of random occurrences, chance encounters, and accidents within a universe that operates without purpose or design. However, Carl Jung perceived an entirely different pattern. He observed that certain events unfold with such remarkable timing and mysterious harmony that they carry unmistakable significance, despite our inability to rationally explain their occurrence. Someone crosses your thoughts and immediately contacts you. You step into an unfamiliar establishment and encounter an individual who fundamentally alters your life's trajectory. These aren't coincidences. This phenomenon represents synchronicity, the convergence of internal and external realities, where your thoughts, feelings, and desires find reflection in the surrounding world, creating a mirror that reflects your soul's essence back to you. Synchronicity operates beyond traditional cause and effect relationships. It functions through meaning and significance. It's as if existence itself, or something profound within your being, orchestrates these moments not for spectacle, but for awakening. The message becomes clear. Notice this. It holds importance. When it comes to love and deep connection, these synchronistic experiences can feel particularly powerful. You encounter someone who mirrors your narrative, your vulnerabilities, and your deepest yearnings without conscious effort. Not every person who enters your path is destined to remain. However, some individuals appear in such perfect alignment with your inner landscape that they seem fated to cross your life. Often, this feeling proves accurate, not because destiny predetermined the encounter, but because you had reached a state of readiness, consciously or unconsciously, to meet them. Jung understood that when our internal development harmonizes with external circumstances, meaningful individuals begin to appear. They don't arrive to complete us, but to reveal who we've become and illuminate our potential for further growth. What if the individuals who most captivate you aren't solely about their qualities, but about what they represent within yourself? Carl Jung believed that every person carries a hidden archetype deep within their psyche. For men, this manifests as the anima, representing the feminine aspect of the soul. For women, it appears as the animus, embodying the masculine spirit. These concepts transcend gender roles or cultural stereotypes. They symbolize parts of ourselves that often remain partially understood or unexplored. The anima encompasses emotion, intuition, creativity, and sensitivity. The animus represents strength, logic, purpose, and determination. Here lies the transformative power of this understanding. These internal archetypes influence the types of people who magnetically attract us in the external world. Have you ever developed feelings for someone without being able to articulate the reason? Felt an immediate understanding despite minimal conversation? Often, what you're experiencing is your own unconscious mind projected onto another individual. This projection doesn't diminish the reality of the connection. Instead, it makes it profoundly meaningful. The people who awaken something deep within us, frequently reflect aspects of ourselves we're prepared to reclaim. The feminine qualities you've suppressed, the masculine traits you've overlooked, the completeness you're unconsciously moving toward. When someone is truly meant for you, it transcends mere physical chemistry. It becomes recognition and internal harmony, not with their surface-level characteristics, but with what they activate within your own being. Jung believed that genuine connection begins when we stop pursuing perfection in others and start encountering the parts of ourselves they help reveal. This represents the profound beauty of love through a Jungian perspective. You don't simply fall for another person, you fall into deeper self-understanding through them. Before we proceed further, I encourage you to show your appreciation for this content. Your engagement helps these insights reach more people who might benefit from them. If you're finding value in this exploration of psychological mysteries, consider following along so you won't miss future discussions. Now, let's continue our journey. Occasionally, you encounter an individual, and verbal communication becomes superfluous. Explanation of your identity becomes unnecessary. Performance falls away entirely. You simply exist within their presence, and this feels completely sufficient. It's not that you've previously known them, but somehow your soul carries their memory. Carl Jung would explain this phenomenon as far from mere imagination. It's the unconscious mind, that profound wellspring of memory, symbolism, and instinct, rising to conscious awareness. He believed that when someone triggers an immediate and powerful connection, it often occurs because they resonate with archetypes embedded deep within your psyche. This alignment doesn't happen superficially, but in ways that stir something ancient and timeless within your being. This explains why you can meet someone once and feel lifelong familiarity, why comfortable silences emerge naturally, why time spent together seems to stretch, slow down, or disappear entirely. It's the recognition of an inner truth reflected in another human consciousness. This phenomenon is never random or accidental. You might find yourself drawn to their energy, not because of physical appearance or accomplishments, but because they feel like a key that unlocks parts of yourself that were patiently waiting. Immediate romantic feelings might not even develop. Instead, you might experience quiet certainty, profound peace, and warmth that communicates safety, authenticity, and significance. Jung recognized that not all relationships are designed to last indefinitely. However, those that truly awaken you, those that bypass rational thought and touch your soul directly, are never without purpose or meaning. Even if that person eventually leaves your life, they depart having changed you, leaving you more aware and more complete than before. We commonly express the sentiment that if something is meant to happen, it will occur naturally. But Jung would challenge us to examine which part of ourselves is making these choices. Is it fate governing the outcome? Is it random chance, or is it the unconscious mind directing you toward what your soul requires for growth? When someone is meant for you in the Jungian understanding, they don't arrive to complete your incomplete self. They come to reflect your true nature back to you. They awaken your shadow aspects, challenge your established beliefs, and bring your deepest desires and fears into conscious awareness. Their purpose isn't to break you down, but to facilitate your growth and development. Jung believed that authentic connection isn't founded on perfect compatibility or seamless harmony. It's based on inner evolution and development. Two individuals walking parallel paths of individuation, each becoming more authentically themselves through the relationship. When someone is truly meant for you, the experience isn't always comfortable or easy. However, it is undeniably authentic. It feels like proper alignment and clarity. Even amid chaos and confusion, it feels like returning home to your truest self. Through them, you perceive yourself with greater clarity than ever before, seeing aspects of your nature that were previously hidden or unclear. Not every meant-to-be connection lasts an entire lifetime. Some people serve as bridges between different phases of your life. Others appear as teachers or catalysts for learning, and some choose to stay permanently. The unifying element is that they all appear when you're ready to receive what they offer. or at least when a deeper aspect of yourself has reached that state of readiness. Therefore, when you next encounter someone who stirs something profound within you, resist the urge to immediately categorize or define the experience. Instead, simply listen attentively, not to your analytical mind, but to the quiet space that exists beneath conscious thought. The soul doesn't communicate through logical reasoning. It speaks through emotions, timing, and quiet, inexplicable inner knowing. Perhaps being meant for someone isn't about ownership or permanent possession. Perhaps it's about recognition and shared moments of truth. Two souls briefly remembering their authentic nature by seeing each other with perfect clarity. Jung once observed that when two personalities meet, it resembles the contact between two chemical substances. If any reaction occurs, both undergo transformation. So if someone enters your life and awakens something genuine within you, don't ask whether they're your destined partner. Instead, ask yourself what aspects of your being are awakening through this connection. Because when something is truly meant for you, you won't need to pursue it desperately or force it into existence. You'll simply know through the timing, through the comfortable silences, and through the still, quiet place where truth always resides. If this message resonated with something deep within your consciousness, know that you're not alone in these experiences. We all carry hidden narratives within ourselves, and sometimes it requires another person to help us hear these stories clearly. If you felt understood or recognized today, consider staying connected with this content. This represents a thoughtful space dedicated to reflection, meaning, and the psychology of the human soul. Share your thoughts below. Have you ever encountered someone who felt destined to be in your life? Your story would be valued and welcomed. Until we meet again in the next exploration.